Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Gamefira podcast. This is the special Halloween edition. It's gonna be extra spooky, and we're actually a person short tonight. It's only gonna be me and Austin. Say hi, Austin.
Hello.
That wasn't scary. And so we're gonna change up the format a little bit this time. We're just gonna kind of pick some random scary stuff to talk about. We're not going to keep it as structured because, like I said, Justin could not be here with us. We're going to knock this thing out and, just have a little bit of fun. So, anyway, Halloween is upon us. It's that time of year again for that time of year when everybody thinks they're a cosplayer. You wouldn't. Anyway. So, hopefully everybody's going to, go out and have a good time and whatever. And hopefully you play some scary games. So that's what we're going to talk about is spooky video games. That make you pee your pants. I actually have. We're a little bit late on our podcast because I have actually not had a voice for the past week. So, among some other scheduling issues and whatnot. But, yeah, I'm just now getting my voice back. So, if it cracks on me, I'm sorry.
He yells at kids in his spare time.
I do. That's my hobby. I'm like that old guy, Nevercracker on Monster House.
I just feel pretty content with life now that you indeed just called yourself old.
I did. Have you seen that movie, Nevercracker? He yells at people to get off his lawn because his house will eat them, or whatever. Yeah, I
hated that movie. I hated it.
My kids watch it all the time. It's whatever. Anyway, so we're gonna talk about some of the scariest games we've ever played. Definitely share with us some of your scary stories. Maybe you had a haunted PS2. Maybe? I don't know. Share your stories with us and we'll discuss them in the comments area. But
I feel like you have some strange stories about a PS2.
Maybe. I don't know. So let's kick this thing off. I guess I'll go first. I think the scariest video game I ever played was... I cheated and I looked up the dates and stuff, everything. Or I guess you could say I did my research. It's about 1997, and I was playing PlayStation 1, and I was over at my cousin's house, and they had picked up a game called Clock Tower. So, if for those of you who don't know what Clock Tower is, it's basically a survival horror game. And the main antagonist is a little troll-looking guy that kills people with a giant pair of scissors.
He just wanted to give you a haircut.
Yeah, he flunked out of barber college, and now he's really pissed.
It's probably because he was a troll.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really remember all the plot points. Like I said, it was 97. This is the last time I played it. And it was actually, even though it was just called Clock Tower, it was actually the second entry in the series. The first entry in the series was a Japan-only Super Nintendo release, which I have not played. I didn't even know it existed until a couple years ago when I was actually looking at information on the Clock Tower series. So the Clock Tower on the PlayStation 1 is actually the second game in the series, the first one to hit the United States. And the game just scared the crap out of me. I remember, basically I played for about 15 or 20 minutes, and like the first 15 or 20 minutes are just exposition, and it's basically you get an introduction to the story, and they kind of tell you what's going on. They introduce you to the main character and blah blah blah, and it's very, very dull and mundane. It's kind of you're going around like just trying to figure out the functions of the game. It's it's kind of a point and click adventure type survival horror. It's weird. So you have this false sense of safety, or like it's like you're the game has put you in this zone where you're just kind of mellowed out, right? It's kind of slow moving, it's kind of boring at first, and then I just remember all of a sudden the first time the antagonist shows up, you're just like in the middle of this hallway and he's just chasing you with these giant scissors, and you just have to try to get away from him, and this scary music comes on, and it is horrifying. Like, I literally almost peed my pants the first time I played it. And I mean, I died like right then. Like, I freaked out and I ran in a room and I got trapped and it killed me. And
it sounds like a game where I would probably break my controller and kick someone.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty freaky. And so I think I forgot to save anywhere in that first like 20 minutes. So the next time I played it, I had to end up starting over. And so the same thing, I go through like the first 15, 20 minutes or whatever. And then I get to that point, and I swear it's like you make one mistake and he's like on you and just kills you with these giant scissors. I could not handle it. Like, I mean, I guess I was like 15 at the time. And I mean, I was literally about to piss my pants. It was so scary. I really don't even know what happens in the game after that point. I was so scared. I never played it again after that. I literally have not played that game since that first 2 times I played it when I was 15 and died. Like, I just couldn't make myself do it.
Haunting memories.
I need to pick it up and maybe do a let's play or something.
You need to force your kids to play it.
I do. That's a good idea. That would be that'd be interesting. They'd probably scream like little girls.
Just have like one of your kids play it when they freak out and when they sleep in the bed with mom and dad. Lock the door.
No, I'll
just
just sneak into the room in the middle of the night with a fake pair of giant scissors, and I'll get the music. I'll play the music to the game. Well,
what? Like, you said it was like a troll or something. For some reason, every time anybody says, "Was he green?"
No, he's just this short little hunch. But I don't even know what was wrong with him. Like, what? I don't even know because I never finished the game. I don't know.
So pissed that he didn't make it through. He didn't get the final cut. He's just.
That game scared the crap out of me. I don't know. I didn't play another horror game it was a while.
I still don't handle horror games too well.
I didn't used to. Horror games for me, like, I'd pick up one every now and then, but I just could not finish them. Kind of the same as Clock Tower. I'd get to a point where it was just too much, and I couldn't handle it. Now, I've gotten to the point where I think I've played some other horror games and stuff, and it really doesn't affect me the same way anymore. I've kind of desensitized myself to it. I need to go back and finish, some of those games that I couldn't finish back in the day. Definitely Clock Tower. I'd like to play the original. I believe I read that there is a English dub translation or whatever that you can download of the original so you can play it. Of course, it's you probably have to play it on an emulator. And
sorry, what was that?
I don't what?
Oh yeah, your voice. I forgot. It sounded like you said just words.
Yeah. So if you'd like to find a copy of that, maybe I'll look something like that up and share it. Like I said, the second game was on the PS1. If you have one of those, it's still hanging around, or I'm sure you can find the ROM somewhere. It's whatever. I believe there was also Clock Tower 2 and a Clock Tower 3 released for PS1 and maybe PS2. I'll have to look that up, but I never played those. the first one that I played scared me so badly that I just couldn't. I can't. I couldn't. I need to go back and play them now.
Your mom comes home. Look what I bought you, Chris.
It would probably, I need to set up a camera and do a let's play because I'll probably scream like a little girl.
I really wish I would have got that. Like, I really forget what the game was called, but the first time I played that pretty much off-brand Slender game, I was yelling like a little girl, and even like the 3 times I played after that same day, it would just pop up out of nowhere, and I actually dropped my controller one time. I should have set it up, but
yeah. Figure out the name of that game. Just talking about it. So anyway, I guess that's always my go-to pick anytime this topic comes up with my friends. What's the scariest game? It's always Clock Tower, or Clock Tower 2 if you're Japanese. It was just horrifying. It was horrifying. Probably runner-up would be Resident Evil, also on PS1. Overall, that game wasn't that scary, but like that first jump scare. I don't know if you played it, Austin. The first Resident Evil.
Way back when I was in California, I don't remember very well. I just remember being lost and not knowing what to do.
Great game. I actually did finish that game. Me and a buddy of mine played it one night and went all the way through it. And it's really not that scary of a game, but the first jump scare, which most of you guys out there will know what I'm talking about, when the dog jumps through the window in the hallway, I freaking jumped out of my skin. That was a good one. There was that one. That may have not been the first jump scare. There was that one, and then there was the one where you walk up on the first zombie, and it cuts to like the zombie turns around and looks at you or whatever. Those 2 scenes in that game scared the crap out of me. Other than that, it wasn't that bad. Really fun game. The controls are kind of wonky. They've fixed that since then, but that would probably be my runner-up. Honorable mention: Silent Hill.
I would like to talk about that game. I kind of repressed it from my memories.
Yeah, it's a good series. Really good games.
I just
play them in the dark. Play them in the dark with the lights off.
No.
That
doesn't happen.
Yeah,
the first
you have
movie,
to.
not the second movie.
What about it?
How did you feel?
I didn't hate it. I don't know that it was 100% faithful, to the games. No, but I feel like they did a decent job of setting the atmosphere. And all in all, it was a decent movie. It wasn't great by any means, but it was definitely better than it. A lot of licenses. Just to throw one out there, Dragon Ball Z.
No, just don't.
Like I'm saying, it could have been worse. It really could have been worse. Avatar, The Last Airbender.
Dude, you're like ruining my.
That's what I'm saying. It could have been worse. I thought it was watchable. I thought it was okay.
I own the first one. I'm not gonna watch the second one.
I haven't seen the second one either.
I heard it was terrible.
Yeah, I have not watched it, so I can't give my opinion on that one. But the first one, went and watched it. It was pretty scary. I mean, it was a good movie. Like I said, I don't think it's not 100% faithful to the game or whatever, but it was entertaining. I thought it had a good atmosphere. I thought it had, it was good.
I don't care who you are. The sirens. If you watch that movie, the sirens alone will give you nightmares.
Oh, I love that. I love the sirens. That makes that movie.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, those are probably my top 3 games right there. There's a ton of other scary games out there, but before we move on any further, Austin, what is the scariest game that you've ever played?
Well, I have a list of
Okay.
well, of games that I think are scary, but like, these are games that were meant to be scary. Like, played one recently called The Witch's House, which is really
Witch
really
House?
good.
The Witch's House.
Yeah, did you play it?
No, sorry, that wasn't a very obscure reference I just made. I'm sorry. I apologize. Nobody's gonna catch that. It's fine. It's fine. It's from a kid's book. Anyway, go ahead.
You have no right to make kid references.
I have kids. I read them books.
You have a beard. You could be seen as a pedophile.
I don't have a beard. I refute that.
Anyway, so like Witch's House, I played it recently. I watched Let's Player play it, and
Okay.
I learned like pretty much the first half of the game, but there was still just some jumpy parts. And if you haven't played it, spoiler alert, you get to the room, you have to fight your way through it, pretty much solving puzzles and stuff like that. It's just an arcade type, you see the player from above, whatever. And you get to this last room, and the witch is waiting in there for you. And I didn't even know that there was an ending to the game, because right when the witch sees you, she pretty much kills you. But I finally figured out that you could run away, and that's how you beat the game. But check that out. I'm pretty sure it's free. Not sure. I do bad things. Don't tell the cops.
So, PC game, I'm assuming?
Yeah, it's PC.
Okay.
Other games, I'm trying to think of, like, White Noise Online. That's the name of the game that I played on Xbox 360 arcade.
Yes. Yeah, we actually got together one night and played a little bit of that.
It's pretty jumpy. I mean,
I didn't think it was scary.
okay, go into a room by yourself at night, make it dark. I mean,
Like I said, when I was younger, it probably would have scared the piss out of me. But I don't know. It doesn't affect me the same way anymore. We played it, and I thought it was ridiculous. If you haven't played it, White Noise Online, whatever, it's kind of a... you might be more familiar with Slender.
Yeah.
It's kind of a Slender clone.
think of it this way. You know there's Dr. Pepper, but some stores have like Dr. Thunder. And
Dr.
stuff
Thunder,
like that.
yeah, right.
This is the Dr. Thunder.
It's
it's
the Dr. Thunder to Slender's Dr. Pepper. That's exactly what it is.
It's Mountain Lightning.
it's a mountain lightning.
But
Slender is pretty cool. There's been kind of an upsurgence of those type of survival horror games in the indie genre, which is really cool. And we touched on this a little bit when we were talking about the Oculus Rift. Because the horror games and the they really lend themselves to the Oculus Rift. And the indie community has really, really embraced the survival horror genre. It's kind of been a battle of who can make this the scariest game, and just all these really cool indie horror games coming out. The thing about indie developers that I love is they're not afraid to take chances. A lot of the bigger studios, they've got all this money they can pour into graphics, and they can, they have a 100-person development team and whatever. But when it comes down time to do something groundbreaking, they don't want to stray too far from what they know will sell. They don't want to take a chance that they're going to do something that people aren't going to like or whatever. And that fear, stifles their creativity, I feel, in my opinion.
which kind of brings me to another game that I refuse to play, Fear. Have you ever played that?
I have not played Fear. I've heard
I
really
played it.
good things.
It was before I had gotten my own Xbox, and I went to a friend's house, and they were playing it, and I was bad. I was terrible at any video game at that point, and they just kind of let me go around. I don't know the plot. I don't know anything. I know it was like 3 o'clock in the morning, and they left me in a room by myself. I was playing Fear, and the little girl she gave me nightmares. I refused to play that game. Everybody loves it. I refuse.
Yes.
Nightmares.
We need to just do like a horror game marathon one night.
I'm down. I'm
Just do like
DTF.
we'll do like a 24-hour, like we'll just line up back to back and just LP like an entire series of games, of horror games, and just scare the crap out of each other. I think that would probably be entertaining. Amnesia. That's one of the more recent big ones
Yeah.
that has come out, and they just came out with a second one called Amnesia: A Machine for Pigs. Heard it's not as scary as the first one, but I haven't played them, so I have watched a little bit of LPs on them. They both look pretty cool. They kind of do a thing where like the more scared you get, like it changes, like it's kind of like you're on LSD. Basically, like the fear like affects your perception, and like the screen starts shaking and stuff. This is really cool. That's for a bigger developer, that's kind of innovative. But like I said, I really respect the indie community and the innovations that they put into the games that they're making, and they've really embraced the horror genre. And with the Oculus Rift coming out, and Steam machines, also something else we've talked about on a previous episode, making PC gaming even more accessible. I think you're going to see even more of those games coming out, which is awesome. So look for that stuff. It's always fun to get scared, especially like when you got friends around and one of them pees their pants and you can laugh at them. Austin. Not that
Okay,
he's
it
ever.
was once.
One time, and you guys never let me live it down. But
I had to
anyway,
mop it.
but so anyway,
Hold on, I've got to get down. I still have not gotten to what, in my opinion, was for me the scariest game
oh, okay,
that I've
yeah.
ever played, and I don't even know. Like, I don't know. I think it was 80s or 90s.
So scarier than Fear, scarier than White Noise.
Here's the thing, though. This game, I don't think it was made to be scary. It's just the story behind it.
All right.
Do you remember? It was like 80s or 90s. I was really young, so I didn't go all out like you did, do research. But do you remember a movie called
Slacker.
Warlock?
Warlock, yes.
Okay,
Dude.
they made a game about it for the Super Nintendo, and I had it. Okay.
Okay.
And what had happened was when you died, and I died a lot on that game. The antagonist from the movie, I'm pretty sure the game was based off of the movie, and the game was kind of like a Castlevania side scroller.
Mm-hmm.
And when you died, the bad guy from the movie, his face would pop up on your screen, and it would like cover your entire screen. Well, I had lost the game, and I went back, and my TV froze, and I got back, and he would not go away. I turned off my TV, I unplugged it, and he was still there. And the part that got me was like, it finally had unfroze. I left my Super Nintendo on. I don't know what I did, but
So did it just like burn itself into your
no,
screen?
the game itself had stopped, and like I didn't turn off the system, And when I came back, like I would only mess with the TV. I didn't mess with the system. I was a kid,
Yeah.
stupid. But when I had turned back on the TV and I was like, what's going on? And he finally stopped laughing, and it was just like a jolt. It was just like pause for like 30 minutes, and I'm staring at it trying to figure out what's going on. And the mother, he just, huh! And it's over.
Yeah.
I could not. I stopped playing my Super Nintendo because I swore to my parents that the guy was coming out of the TV to kill me, and yeah.
Yeah, that was. So I just looked it up. It was came out in '94 for the Sega Genesis and the Super Nintendo, and it was based off the film series. So yeah.
Yeah. Scariest game ever, in my opinion, just based off of that story. I think I actually went back and played it a couple of months ago, and I died and I turned off my TV.
You have a Super Nintendo?
Yes. That's what you like to call it.
Of course, because you wouldn't do anything illegal or illicit.
Listen guys. We're cool. We're cool people. You can trust us, all right?
Don't turn Austin into the authorities. That would suck.
I'll do anything you ask.
I don't think the license holders on Warlock are gonna come after you.
You don't know.
I'm just saying.
Obviously, that movie made millions.
Yeah.
It's a huge hit.
Yeah, there was like 8 of those movies or something. I don't even know.
Was there really?
There were several of them. They made some. There was a bunch of horrible sequels. That's what they did back then. Like, they'd come out with a decent scary movie, and then like a big studio, and then they'd sell the rights to some crappy B studio to make the sequels, and they'd just churn out like sequel after sequel, and they'd just be horrible movies.
Speaking of which, Seed of Chucky's been playing a lot lately.
Oh, I can't stand the Chucky movies. And I don't think they ever made a Chucky game. I wonder why. I would think that would be one that would kind of lend itself to the video game genre, but I don't think they ever made one. I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. Leave me a comment. But I don't think they ever made a Chucky game. I don't know. But yeah, man, the Chucky movies were horrible. I hated those movies.
I was scared of them as a kid.
Of course you were.
I had never watched
Big girl.
Seed of Chucky until like me and Destiny had watched it the other day. That was like, I don't even know. I don't know if they were trying to be scary in that movie, but
I'm not sure I think I've seen that one. That's
I didn't finish it. But what I saw was like they were trying to stop killing.
Really? Is that? I don't think I've seen that one. The last one I saw, I think, was The Bride of Chucky with
Don't waste
Marissa
your time.
Tomei, and I think that was the last one I actually watched. So,
It's a joyride of excitement.
a joyride of excitement. I think I just turned into the crazy taxi narrator guy. All right. Anyway, great game, by the way. That's a great game. Love that game.
Hey, this is scary game time, Chris.
So anyway, yeah, there's, I've become more of a fan of the horror genre recently than I used to be. Like I said, they used to scare the crap out of me. I just couldn't do it. But now, as I've gotten older, I've gotten used to them, and I've gotten more into it. So I may seek out some of those games, and like I said, we might do some Let's Plays or something. Horror games. It's just it's always fun to get scared, and the subject matter, anything with ghouls and ghosts and demons and stuff. It's always fun. All the best games have demons in them. Everybody knows that.
Doom.
Oh, yeah, don't even get me started on that game. I love that game.
I didn't even know what to do whenever I
Doom
first got it.
64 on the Atari Jaguar. Oh, yeah. That's my game right there. Oh,
It came
love
out
it.
several consoles. I
What was,
I
the one,
know.
what was the last podcast? Like cherry pie or something?
What are you talking about?
I don't know.
Oh, you're talking
Raspberry.
the Raspberry Pi, which is it's a mini
See, how do you not know what I'm talking about? How do you get raspberry?
I mean, cherry pie. It's a totally anyway.
Oh, I'm sorry. I said the wrong fruit, and you were confused.
You confuse me with your lack of fruit knowledge.
Off subject, but I have a question. Is a tomato a fruit or a vegetable?
I've heard it's a fruit.
I've heard it's rumored to be a fruit.
It is rumored to be a fruit. It's whatever. I don't know. I guess it's a fruit. I don't know. That's what they say.
This is important.
They say it's a fruit. I think it's a fruit because it grows on a vine instead of in the ground, or something like that. I don't know. It's something like that.
I ain't putting fruit on my freaking sandwiches. I'm not putting fruit
Hey,
in
I
my
love
salad.
tomatoes. I love tomatoes. It's whatever. This has nothing to do with Halloween, by the way.
Technically, it does because you think about it, pumpkin's a vegetable.
So I'm gonna have some great music to go along with this podcast. Just a quick shout out to Viking Guitar. I'm gonna be using some of his music because he has some spooky stuff for this podcast. So go check him out. Search him up on Bandcamp. I'm gonna be using music from his Danse Macabre album, which he is releasing a second one, I think, today or tomorrow.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, which is actually featuring one of our other friends, Mega Beardo, who's an awesome guitar player, does lots of video game related stuff. We've used his music before. Go check out Mega Beardo. Also on Bandcamp, you can get his music. Great guy, and awesome musician. So check those guys out.
Has amazing facial hair that I would like to rub.
Yeah, he has an amazing beard. I'm not a big beard fan, but I've got to say he has a very luxurious beard.
I wrote a poem once about it.
Oh, Mega Beardo, Ryan. He's gonna listen to this and be like, "These guys are freaks."
I
But
hope
anyway.
he sends me pictures of nothing but his beard.
Yeah. So Halloween it is one of my favorite holidays. I really enjoy Halloween. Like I said, I do have kids, and I usually try to make their costumes if I can, or at least parts of it. I don't have the free time to be a cosplayer. Much respect to you guys in the cosplay community, but it's really fun to build costumes and make stuff like that. I really enjoy it. So this time of year, I usually do that with my kids, and it's really cool to do. So it's a really great holiday. I really enjoy it. There's lots of good horror themed games out there. Some other good ones. Let's see, Monster Party on the NES. If you haven't played that, check that out. I was actually thinking about doing an LP on that one. I may still do that sometime this weekend. What else? Austin, what do you got?
Monster Party for the Nintendo 64.
No, it's not. It's
Oh.
horrible with this. Horrible with this.
I honestly, I tend to try to avoid them 90% of the time because I'm a huge wimp.
He is. It's
There's a recent one which I'm pretty sure is it's an indie game. They've been trying to get funding off of Kickstarter. I'm pretty sure it's over with, but it's called 7 Days to Die. Look out for that game. It's really good. It's think like Left 4 Dead mixed with Minecraft.
Okay, yeah, I read something about that. I haven't fully looked into that, but I've heard some cool things about that one.
Really good game. Not even gonna lie, it's really good.
Yeah, it is kind of the definition of survival horror. You really have to survive and
Pretty
build a
much.
shelter, and it sounds really cool.
You have to eat food. You have to drink water. You can find supplies and stuff.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I actually looked at a little bit of stuff on that. It looks really cool, but yeah, I think it's in the very early stages. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it is Oculus Rift compatible. I believe I read that.
I'm not sure. That'd be kind of cool.
I'll have to double check that, but I believe it is. Like I said, man, there's so much cool stuff coming out from the indie community and the horror genre. So much cool stuff. It seems like the major game developers have kind of left that genre. I don't know why. I mean, there's some really cool series out there. I mean, of course, you've still got your Resident Evil and stuff like that. Resident Evil's still around, but it's kind of moved more to an action game than really horror.
I'm still waiting on Left 4 Dead 3, and I will wait till the day that I die.
Left 4 Dead, yeah. A lot of people really like those games. I played a little bit of the first one. I played the second one, about halfway through it or so. It's okay.
That was the first game I got whenever
It's not scary though. It's really not.
You try getting surrounded when you get to the final horde or whatever, the crescendo effects and crap like that. No, there's nowhere to go.
Okay,
Plus,
it is overwhelming. I will give you that. It can be overwhelming, but I don't feel like it's scary.
Okay, well try this. Try playing with your dad, because I just got my Xbox and I bought a second controller and my dad was playing with me.
Man, my dad hasn't played a video game since friggin' Miss Pac-Man.
Well, that's the cool thing about my dad. But no, we got to
And I mean that literally, because my dad actually owns a Miss Pac-Man machine.
And why aren't me and your dad best friends?
I don't know. Well, I think it's broken right now. But that's beside the point. He does actually own
Your
it.
dad's broken?
No, the machine, you idiot.
Oh.
No, my dad was yelling in my ear the whole time.
That's great. But anyway, I don't have a whole lot else to talk about. I really do love this time of year, and maybe next year, we might do, like I said, we may do a marathon for Halloween. We may do it in the middle of the summer. Who cares? But
It's too hot to run in the summer.
But I think next year we may actually do a marathon of horror games or something, and just get together and scare the crap out of each other. I think that's a really good idea, actually. Other than that, I don't. Do you have anything else you want to talk about?
How much we love and appreciate all of our followers.
We love you guys. We really do.
Yeah.
And I really miss Justin. I wish he could be here right now. He had other obligations, and could not make this one. But for the next regular episode, he will be here. So, or he better be. I'm gonna go find him.
Or else.
I might be skinnier and weaker than him, but I'm taller, and that's intimidating.
It's really not. You're probably the least intimidating person I know.
Hey, have you watched the movie Signs?
Yeah.
Okay,
Are
well...
you trying to say you look like an alien?
No, I'm trying to say that the aliens hid in the cornfield, and I look like a corn stalk.
That was a very out of left field observation. Anyway, it's all beside the point. Have a happy and safe Halloween, you guys. Send us pictures of your costumes if you do something video game related, and be safe, have fun, go party, woohoo!
Share some candy.
Eat some candy. Make sure and scare the crap out of somebody. Play a scary game. We'll see you guys next episode. All right. Peace out.
Bye.
Bye.